Just letting your eyes close, I'm going to come around with an eye pillow. So again, you move your feet a little bit more. You want it to be even more on this cushion, scoot closer. Yeah. You want it to be like a right angle at the knees, a right angle at the hips. So just wriggle around and figure that out. And so covering the eyes, we start to practice pratyahara, sense withdrawal. And perhaps you noticed just by closing your eyes that you felt a shift, a softening. And so feel free to experiment with your arm position. Maybe your hands are resting on the hips. Maybe your palms are just rolling open. External rotation in the shoulder when you roll the palms up. Maybe your arms are up over the head or out to the side. So feel free to adjust your arms at any time. Experiment. That's right. Let's come together with a few slow, deep breaths. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling, sigh. A few more times at your own pace. So even if it feels like a voluntary sigh, you're sending a wave of relaxation through your body. A built-in coping mechanism that we can sigh voluntarily and get that same result. I'm going to come around with a liquid smudge. A rock around. Just clearing the energy around you. Inviting in positive energy, open and receptive to whatever this practice might bring. Welcome, everyone. And we'll use this practice to transition from the day into the evening. We'll use this practice to transition from out there to in here. Nowhere to go and nothing to do except tune in and tune up your inner awareness. And in this gentle yin restorative practice, we're going to do it through relaxation. And so I invite you to give it up to relaxation. With the gentle awareness on your breath, inhaling through your nose and back out again. An easy breath. This pose, this restorative pose, releases the psoas muscle, the fight or flight muscle. Sitting, driving, being at a desk or computer, all can aggravate the psoas. It connects from the last rib to the front of the pelvis. It's a hip flexor, a major hip flexor. And so we'll take these next 10 minutes to release. Gentle awareness on your breath, not to make it anything other than it is. Right here, right now, in this present moment. And then bring your awareness to the sounds of the room, even the faraway sounds, the air on your skin, gentle awareness on your breath, and then start to scan your body, coming into body awareness. Notice any tension, any tight spots, any areas that you want to be mindful of during this practice. Notice the points of your body in contact with your mat, the floor, the earth beneath you. All the points of your body, the back of your calves, the back of your hips, the back rib cage, the shoulders, the back of the arms, the back of the hands, the back of your head. All those meeting points between your body and your mat. Body awareness. So really allow yourself to feel the subtlety of the array of sensation right here, right now, in this present moment. And as thoughts might enter your mind, just notice them. Allow them to pass by, but gently bring yourself back to the reality of this moment. All the sensations that you feel right now. And in this opening meditation, I invite you to think of this entire practice as a meditation. Breath awareness, body awareness, subtle awareness. And with each breath, feel yourself dropping way back into the support of your mat, the support of the floor, the earth beneath you, all love around you. And you might even soften the corners of your mouth and bathe yourself in a gentle smile. Start right now luxuriating in deep relaxation. Scanning your body with your mind's eye. Noticing, observing, allowing, whatever is, is. And on your next breath, very slowly, as if in slow motion, start to slide your arms overhead. Spread your fingers wide, the palms are facing the sky, and reach. Really reach and stretch, get thin through your middle, keep breathing, keep stretching, keep spreading your fingers wide. One more breath, and release wherever your arms are, just let them rest. And then gently remove your eye pillow and just set it off to the side. Keeping the eyes closed, you can have your hands resting anywhere, down by your sides or your belly. And just a few times, start to roll your head to the right and drop your right ear towards the floor. Inhaling back to the center and slowly roll your left ear towards the floor. Just moving your head side to side, checking in with your neck, your shoulders. Sometimes you might pause and just savor the stretch. And then coming back to the center. Slide your arms over your head again. Stretch your fingers, reach your fingers towards the opposite wall. And then just soften into that stretch. Let your eyes flutter open. And very slowly tuck the chin, roll up, bring your arms with you and reach for your block, your bolster, the couch, and roll right back down. 3 times, nice and slow. So now connecting this movement, tucking the chin, rolling up, reach for that bolster. Exhale right back down. The slower you go, the harder you work. One last time. Tuck the chin and curl up around your belly. Exhale. Let the arms follow back to the floor. Draw the right knee in. Use your hands to take a clasp around the knee, under the thigh. Good. And just squeeze your thigh right against your belly. A few belly breaths, massaging your internal organs. Feel the release in the low back and the hips. Not to overuse the arms or shoulders. And then extend your legs straight up. Interlace your fingers behind your thigh. So not the knee, but the thigh. Yep. Lower, start to point and flex the right foot. It's okay if the leg is straight or bent. Pumping the ankle, pumping the calf muscle. Working out kinks and pops in your ankle. Start to circle in one direction and then the other. And just a few more times, pressing through the heel, pointing through the toes, and really roll through the arch of your foot. And then flex the foot. You're going to walk your hands up the back of your leg, bend your knee deeply. So it's like a lunge on your back. Reach up for your ankle or your calf. Good. See if you can keep the foot parallel to the sky. Good. You can hold on anywhere, the thigh, the calf, the ankle. I like to reach the left hand for the outer edge of the right foot. Maybe your right arm comes out to the side, maybe up alongside your ear. So just figure out what works for you and feel this in the belly of the muscle. The hamstring. Again, deep crunch on the right side of your body, massaging the internal organs, releasing the hamstring. Softening, breathing into it as we hold poses for longer periods of time to get that true release. And softening. directly affecting the parasympathetic nervous system. Smoothing it out. Good for circulation, good for blood pressure. Good for the skin on your face. And now slide that right hand up to your calf, your ankle, maybe the outer edge of your right foot. So right hand is holding on, left arm out to the side somewhere, and then drop that knee way out to the side like happy baby. So that knee, the foot stays parallel with the sky. Yep. Bring the arm to the inside of the leg. Yep. You might even tip so the knee comes to the floor. Yeah. Deep opening in the groin, the thigh, the hip. Building muscle cell memory. So the foot parallel to the ceiling, right angle at the ankle, right angle at the knee. Expand your belly into that big open space. Happy baby. And now soften, navigate the ankle across the left knee. So your right knee is way out to the side. Gently press the right thigh away. You can flex your foot if you have any tension in your knee. Just gently pressing the right thigh away. Give your right hip the signal for movement. So you can stay here, or if you'd like, pick up the legs, draw them in. You can shoot your right hand through that opening, take hold of the back of the thigh or around the knee. Good. Sort of looks like the hangman in tarot cards. But do breathe into your right hip. You might even lean a little to the right or left, so feel free to explore. Only you know how it feels. Always take my suggestions, my cues, and always make the pose your own. But remember, you want to feel just as relaxed as in our opening meditation. Slowly release the legs back to that bolster, your block. Arms slide overhead. Spread your fingers wide, and when you're ready, tuck the chin, roll up, reach for the block, the bolster, and exhale right back down. So inhaling, tuck the chin, the arms come up and over, reach, rolling right back down. And last time, like squeeze up more than usual, and release. Draw the left knee in when you're ready, switching sides. Take a gentle clasp. One side might feel different than the other, so just notice. Low back release, massaging your internal organs. A few belly breaths. And then extend that leg up. Interlace the fingers behind the thigh. Start to point and flex. So like the thigh is pressing into the hands are gently pulling into the thigh. Resistant stretching strengthens the muscles to the bone. And just rolling through the heel, the arch, the ball, the toes, really pumping your ankle, pumping your calf muscle. The calf muscle is responsible for venous return from the lower limbs back to the heart. Good to keep it flexy and strong. Start to circle one direction and the other. Keep pressing the thigh and pulling at the same time. The knee is bent or straight. Leg is upright. And then point and flex just a few more times. And then keep the foot flexed. Walk your hands up the back of the leg as you bend your knee right into your chest. Take hold of the calf, the ankle, maybe the foot. I like the right hand to the outer edge of the left foot. The arm can be left arm out to the side or up alongside your ear. Foot parallel to the sky. It's like a lunge on your back. And you can feel this right in the belly of the hamstring, the center of the muscle. Send your breath right there. Dissolve any tension that you feel with your breath. Prana rides your breath. Life force energy rides your breath. Take time to transition. The left hand slides up to the ankle, maybe the outer edge of the foot. And as you drop the left knee way outside the rib cage, the arm is on the inside of the leg, maybe holding on to the outside of the foot. Foot parallel to the sky. And you can even tip and let your knee rest on the floor if that's available. Extend your belly into that big open space. Right arm out to the side for balance. Openness, spaciousness. And then navigate that ankle across the right knee. So the left knee is way out to the side. Gently press your left thigh away. Check in with your left hip. Always flex the foot if you have any tension in your knee. You can stay here or pick up the legs. The left hand shoots through that opening. Go for the back of the right thigh or around the right knee. Draw your legs in a little or a lot. Again, any variation is fine with me. Good. You might even tip a little to one side and then the other as you explore the stretch. And send your breath into your left hip. This time we're going to release the legs straight up to the sky, both legs straight up. You can bend the knees and have your hands to the outside of your thighs. Start to point and flex, alternately point and flex your feet. Reach your arms straight up and at the same time circling the wrists, circling the ankles. Ankles and wrists just circling around. Again, legs are straight or bent, and then both legs straight up, both arms straight up. Face your palms together. Get grounded through the shoulders and hips, and then the legs and arms go straight out to the sides. You're going to open like a book. Doesn't matter how far you go. Don't worry about your neighbor, and flex the feet. Slowly bring it back. The palms to touch, the feet to touch. That's it. Just 10 times. Open and close. You can move at your own pace, but make it smooth and fluid. And the slower you go, the harder you work. And just notice if one thigh or one arm seems to quiver more than the other. Just notice the balance through your hips and your shoulders, simply opening and closing like a book. And whenever you get to your last opening, when the feet and the hands come back together at the top, then both knees into the chest and give yourself a big hug. Just rock side to side, massaging the low back and your hips. Good, I like that over there, nice and slow. Good. Whenever you get their knees into the chest, just rocking side to side. Balasana or child's pose on the back. Eventually come back to the center and you're just gonna push your block away, push your chair away, or even place your feet and kind of scoot away if you're at the couch. Yeah, give yourself space. Knees back into the chest for a super simple twist. We're gonna drop the knees to the right, arms out to the side, drop the knees to the right, way up high. And that's it, just let the legs soften, wriggle the shoulders a little to the right, and eventually navigate your head, your gaze to the left. So keep it easy. The legs dropping to the right, the gaze going to the left, and eventually just close your eyes. Scan the body, especially in a twist, softening the ankles, the inner thighs. And if your legs want to move and adjust, just let them. Soften the belly, your breath, the skin on your face, your arms, your hands. Drop way down into the twist. So it's in this letting go, it's in this softening that the benefits take place. Your breathing will be more shallow, just keep it steady and smooth. As you scan your body, notice where you feel tension and tight spots and send your breath right there. Bringing your head back to center first. Draw the knees up and in. So recenter, realign the hips, the shoulders, arms out to the side, and when you're ready, let the knees fall to the left. Wriggle the shoulders so the upper back is supported, and let your gaze track all the way to the right. Look for your right fingertips. And once you settle into the twist, soften and close your eyes. Do your body scan. Allow your body to shift and adjust so that it is effortless, not holding on anywhere. Find effortlessness in all of these poses. This is the less is more concept. More for the parasympathetic nervous system, your blood pressure, your circulation, your perspective, your good nature, the skin on your face. Listen closely. This time you're going to bring your head back to the center And inhale, bring your right arm with you and just roll on your left side. No rush or hurry to press up when you're ready. Coming up onto your hands and knees eventually. And we'll just crawl our way to the mat. Now I really like these knee pads. Everyone's got one, it's up to you. So find your table pose, the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips, looking straight down. So pivot the elbow creases in and forward. Draw the belly up and in, so super stabilized through your core, no sagging in the low back. The neck is long, looking straight in between your hands. And when you're ready, as you exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tail, get round. You can see your feet back there. Move them so they disappear behind your thighs. And as you inhale, tip up, look up. So start to alternately round your spine. And as you inhale, arch your spine, one vertebra at a time. And as you get round, tuck the chin, look at the belly, maybe even look at your chest, get super round. And as you inhale and tip up, look up and over your head. So bring your eyes into all of your poses. And it's like a circuit of energy. As you inhale, the tailbone lifts, the spine arches, and it's like the crown of the head can touch your tailbone. And as you exhale and contract, it's as if your forehead could touch your pubic bone. So really exaggerate that invisible line completing a circuit of energy. You can go as quickly or slowly as you like, just warming up. Continue looking for tight spots, looking for areas of tension. Warming up the spine, one vertebra at a time. Cat and cow pose. But do notice that as the pelvis tips back, the spine responds by getting round. And as the pelvis tips forward, the spine responds by arching. These are two of the most fundamental movements in every yoga pose. The pelvis dictates what the spine is doing. One last time, finish your movement completely, whatever phase you are on. And then soften, look straight down. Separate the knees wider than your cushion, big toes to touch, and just sit back. See if you can look forward as long as possible. It's an upper back bend. So big counter pose to computers and rounding forward and gravity. And at the very final moment, soften your forehead down. Big sighing breath. Send that wave of relaxation through your body. Low back, hips releasing. The underarms, the belly, the heart softening to the earth. And with your forehead on the mat, awareness to your thoughts. In fact, start to walk your elbows right next to your head. So bring your arms close to your head, your palms touching. Your palms in prayer position, palms touching. And then bend the elbows and bring your prayer over the back of your head. Here, bow into the earth, perhaps set a sankalpa, an intention for your practice. Maybe dedicating it to someone or something, or simply to stay present with your breath and the sensation and awareness that you feel. And then releasing the hands. Slide your hands to either side of your chest. Slowly round up, roll up. Now you can use this cushion, no rush or hurry to get there. You can use this cushion under your ankles or even in between your thighs and calves, or not at all. So just sitting comfortably in Vajrasana. We'll bring our hands to the thighs and come into lion's breath. 3 rounds.
So the idea here, we're going to roar like a lion, stick the claws out, turn the gaze up and in, stick the tongue out, roar like a lion. So what we want to do is think about something that we want to move beyond. What do we want to bring our truth to, our voice, our roar? Maybe it's a situation or a conversation or even a behavior that we're ready to grow up and out of. So just start thinking of that thing. You'll close the eyes, and as we take in a deep breath, inhale, think of that thing. Close the eyes, think of that thing, inhale. Last time. Close your eyes. Probably laughing and smiling. It always makes me so happy to roar like a lion. And hopefully once and for all get past that, or even dissolve that, whatever it is. Still feeling that vibration resonating right there at the throat chakra, Vishuddha chakra, purification. So that roar, that vibration, our bodies are mostly water, and that vibration moving through, cleansing and purifying, part of that letting go. And then let your eyes flutter open. So coming up onto the knees, whether or not you want to use this cushion or not, for gate pose. I'm going to use it for sure. So here, hands on the hips to stabilize. The right foot comes out to the side, external rotation, good. Let's just stay here at first. So you want to bring both hips around, squaring it off. Bring the right palm forward. The left palm opens, and as you inhale, lift up, spinal lift, up, 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 and then lean, and like your hand just slides down towards your calf. Good. So less is more here. You want to make sure your foot's nice and wide, right angle at the knee. And it's just right here that we're focusing. Good. Just opening that side body, the rib cage, and the psoas. That pesky muscle. So as if your body's in two planes of glass, you can look down. You can look forward, maybe even up and under your arm. Your palm is facing the floor. So turn your left palm down and accelerate out your pinky. Ooh la la. One more breath. Inhale, lift straight up. Let's drop the hand to the floor. You can extend this out to stabilize the foot. The top arm comes alongside your ear. Good. Don't worry about any furniture, anything there. Same thing, you can look down, forward, or up, and just feel that beautiful front body extension through the side. Good for the fascia, stimulating lymphatic flow. Good, look down, sweep the hand down, stabilize however you stabilize, the hands and knees, and then just walk your hands back to your hips. No rush or hurry. The left leg goes out for stability. Palm comes forward. Good. Wider stance is better. Opening that right palm. Inhale, sweep up. So think about the knee through the hip, through the underarm, palm facing the floor. Accelerate out your pinky and choose your gaze. I like all the gazes just to move through and experiment. And it's like the right shoulder's going back, the left shoulder slightly forward. And it kind of looks like the latch of a gate. Parigasana. Inhale, sweep up. Take your time. Find that stability. Place the right hand and inhale the left arm alongside your ear. The palm faces the floor. Tickle your buddy. Look down, forward or up. And you can feel this in the groin and the underarm where a lot of lymph nodes are. So stimulating the garbage system of the body, the lymphatic system. Look down, sweep down. Just stay here. You might get off that cushion and set that to the side. Here we're going to just curl the toes under and sit back. Sorry, wasn't paying attention. Hopefully you saw everything. So hands reaching and the toes curled under. We're setting up for downward dog. So find your maximum stretch and reach. When you reach out, pinkies at the outer edge of your mat, your feet and hands are in place. Keep looking forward because we're coming up. Pivot the elbows in, lift up to the hands and knees. It's a real extended table pose. Now here, put an arch in the spine, pelvis tips forward, spine arches, lift up the hips, and just press your chest back. The ears come in between the upper arms. You can have your knees bent as much as you like. It's all about the length in your spine here, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Press your hands into the mat to push the floor away, tailbone way up and back. Start to pedal it up, drop one heel and the other just to stretch the calf, the Achilles. And in fact, soften both heels, open your feet as wide as your mat, a little bit wider stance. And again, bend one knee and the other, pedal it out with a wider stance. That's it. And then let both heels drop wherever they want to go. Press the floor away, pull the belly in, lift the tailbone way up high. Just pause here in downward dog. And then bend your knees all the way to the mat. Soften the toes, sit back, child's pose. Bring your forehead to the mat. You can always have your elbows to the mat and just put your cheeks on your fists. This is a nice modification. If it's too much, to lower all the way down. So find a variation that works for you. Classically, the wrists are back by your ankles, but your hands, your arms can be anywhere. And then slide your hands to either side of your knees, slowly round up, roll up. Just a moment here in Vajrasana, and if you want to take the ankle stretch, again, never ever any rush. I'll always be a little ahead. So just lifting one knee and the other, maybe both knees. And slowly release. Slide the palms down so your fingers face your legs, carpal tunnel stretch. Here too, you can be on the knees or maybe step in to sit back. So find that place and just breathe into the wrist. You might even sway, shifting your weight a little side to side. So just moving through the whole body. Softening. Realigning that fascia. The fascia is like a big knitted sweater inside the body. Almost, I like to think of it like the mycelium in the earth. So that fascia is communicating messages. All the messages run along the fascia. So if it gets bunched up like a sweater, we want to undo that area and smooth it out, get it back into shape. Very good, coming back. Here we're going to release the hands and just drop down to create a tripod. You can double check the fingers to the outside of your elbows, but then eventually interlace the fingers. We're going to step back into plank, one foot and then the other. Good. Really pull up at the belly, look straight down, the neck is long, press through the elbows, lift up in the shoulders. The hips can be slightly higher or in line. And as you maybe rock forward on the toes, press back and get super rigid. Really press out the heels. You might even lift one foot and then lower, and then lift the other foot and lower. One more breath. Soften the knees all the way to the belly and extend your arms straight out to the sides, forehead to the middle. Deep breath. So like give the earth a hug. Breathe into the soles of your feet, the back of your legs, your hips, the back rib cage, the back of your head. We're going to move into a pectoral shoulder stretch. Slide the right hand in. The right palm is on the floor flat. The elbow is sticking straight up. And you're going to keep your left palm flat on the floor and start to roll to the left. You might pick up your right leg and step it behind the left. And if that's not available with your low back, you can always bring the knee way up high towards the chest. Either way, roll into the left, breathe into the pectoral muscle, across the chest. Big squeeze to the shoulder blade on the left side, and that right hand is flat and pressing down. Should feel divine. And then slowly unwind, rolling back to your belly, your chest, your forehead, extending the arm out. Big hug. And when you feel ready, slide the left palm in, right next to the chest. Start to roll to the right. The right palm stays flat. And you might pick up your left leg and step it behind the right or draw it. Try to relax the head right down on the floor. Good. Hopefully that feels better. The knee alternatively could be up towards the chest. Here, especially one side might be very different than the other, so just take note. Honor any tightness. Noticing, observing, allowing, whatever is. And when we practice that on our mat and then take it away into our daily lives, explore that and see how things might feel easier when we just allow whatever is. Take your time unwinding. Just as slowly as you went into it, slowly coming out of it. Eventually the belly, the chest, the forehead back to the mat, extending the arms back out. Big hug. And then slide your hands to either side of your chest, point the toes, draw the legs together. We're going to have a super baby cobra. So curl the tailbone under, flex the thighs, point the toes, and as you inhale, lifting up the head, the shoulders, just with your back muscles, so not very far. You might even lift up your hands just to check. And then exhale right back down. Let the heels drop open, relax everywhere. This time you're going to slide your hands out, not all the way to the corners of the mat. And as you point the toes, let your legs separate a little bit, point the toes, curl the tailbone under, inhale. So you want to press up, not too high, not too low. So if you have to redo, once you see what's happening, you can. The arms are out there and you're not too high or too low. The neck is long. Feel that front body extension from the pubic bone through the belly, the sternum, the chest, the throat. Start to lift up your chin ever so slightly and track your gaze across the room to the upper part of the wall. One more breath. And slowly release. Use your hands as a pillow. Turn your head, big toes touching, hands separated, and relax. Bend the knees, windshield wiper your feet side to side, just releasing any tension in your low back. You might be in a sprinkle, you might be in a storm, so you can move as slowly or as quickly as you like. Windshield wiper your feet. And then coming back to the center. Slide your hands to either side of your chest. Press up to your knees. Curl the toes under. And then lift up, downward dog. Pedal it out. Dropping one heel and then the other. And here we're going to walk the feet towards the hands towards the feet. So bending the knees as much as possible. Have your feet really wide. And the more you bend your knees, hopefully your chest just resting on your thighs, let your head dangle, ragdoll. And you might shift your weight side to side. Feel the outer edge of your right foot and the outer edge of your left foot. Again, the more you bend your knees, the easier it is. We're going for length in the spine, that 8-pound head putting your spine in traction. And then coming back to the center. Listen closely. Just the arms, turn your palms to face the back wall. Just the arms sweep up and back. Reach up for the sky, spread your fingers wide. It's like pulling your shoulder blades away from your ears. And here you really get that sensation. The crown down and the tailbone up. Look straight through your legs, if not slightly up. One more breath. And then soften the arms. Bring your hands to the top of your thighs, above your knees, and round up, roll up. Press down on the thighs to round up, roll up. Head comes up last. And whenever you get there, maybe roll those shoulders up, back, and down just a few times. Stepping in so the feet are hip width apart. Samasthiti, so the palms are forward. This is Tadasana with the palms forward. And if anything, the heels are slightly wider, so like pigeon toe, good. And here you want to decrease the space in between your shoulder blades, gazing straight out at a fixed point that's not moving, a drishti. And that gaze is really a reflection back inside. Draw the back of your head towards the back wall. Decrease the space in between the shoulder blades. Ever so slightly soften the knees and the tailbone drops. Lifting up from the pubic bone through the belly, the sternum, the throat. The gaze lifts ever so slightly. So here the ears over the shoulders, over the hips, over the ankles. Perfect posture for life. Tadasana. It's a balancing pose. You can feel those little teeny micro movements of balance, forward and back, side to side. A few times breath of sun, inhaling the arms up. As if you're holding the sun in your hand, spread your fingers wide. And as you exhale, turn the palms down. Keep radiating out your fingertips. Just a few breaths. Inhaling and connecting that inhalation with the lift in your arms, all the way to the top. And exhaling all the way to the bottom, moving at your own pace. You might even put an ujjayi breath to it, narrowing the aperture of your throat, whispering that soft, audible sound of ha at the back of your throat. And the next time your arms come up, keep them there, reach up. And in fact, see what it's like whenever you get there to really draw your arms. I'm just showing you, so stay where you are. Really draw your arms back alongside your ears. That might mean make your arms wider. So see what that's like to really get in line from the ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, out your fingertips, and then interlace the fingers like a pillow behind your head and just start to lay back. Front body extension from the pubic bone up. Elbows dropping back, softening, releasing, and just tracking your gaze up. It's an upper back bend. Think about a slinky goes up before it goes over. One more breath. And then level the chin. Slowly drop the chin in towards your chest and the elbows come together, not to pull or press, just closing the book. And then inhale your chin level. Release the arms out to the side, but just to sweep them back up again, inhaling up. The arms alongside your ears so the arms are open or close. Accelerate up. You might not go back as far as you just did. Just start tracking your gaze up. Keep dropping the tailbone, softening the knees ever so slightly. Tracking your gaze up, the arm stays alongside your ears. Less is always more. One more breath. Miracle bend. Inhale, lift up. Interlace your hands behind your head, the elbows soften, tuck the chin, stretching the back of the neck. And then inhale to come up. Let's take a wide stance. So let's just all face the same direction. Yep, so you'll face Paul and around like that. It's like a wonky circle. Take a wide stance. Good. Parallel your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Inhale your arms parallel to the earth. So a nice wide stance, like one of your legs could fit in between your feet. And again, drop the tailbone, lifting up from the pubic bone, front body through the throat. 5-pointed star, really radiate out your fingertips. Lift up the underneath part of your arm, so flex your arm. Modification, soften the knees, crisscross the wrists, inhale, sweep up, look up, reach up, spread your fingers wide, radiate from your solar plexus. It's powerful to look up. And then level the chin, parallel the palms to the floor. And we're going to turn the left toes out and the right toes in. Good. That worked. So soften the knee. You want to see your big toe to the inside of your knee, not to torque your knee, but draw it way back. Arms parallel. Gaze right out your fingertips. So your torso, your arms parallel to the mat. Turning at the neck. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. A beautiful time for a faker smile. Always becomes real. Steady gaze or proud warrior. One more breath. Place the back hand, not too pressed, just place. Open the front palm. Connect your gaze out those fingertips. And as you inhale, tip up, reach up, looking straight up and out your fingertips. Elegant warrior. You might even soften your toes, not to grip. Sitting straight down, one more breath. Level the chin, parallel the arms to the floor. Flow right into side angle stretch. Om Mudra in your hand, elbow to the knee. So look straight down, line it all up. Make sure it's safe and proper alignment. And then choose your gaze, reaching the arm straight up, maybe tip up, look up and out your fingertips. That beautiful angle from the ankle through the knee, hip, shoulder, out the crown of the head. And now look down, spiral the arm, pivot into a lunge, bring your hands to your mat and soften the hips. The knee is right over the ankle, good. And this can be a low lunge with the knee or up. Just take a moment here. Step back, downward dog. That left foot meets the right, pedal it out. Tailbone way up and back, lengthening the spine, back body over. And then bend both knees. Walk your feet towards your hands towards your knees. Round up, roll up, let your head, your arms hang heavy. Maybe a few shoulder rolls when you get there. No rush or hurry. So stay where you are, and when you're ready, Samasthiti, feet parallel, slightly pigeon-toed. Inhale the arms up. Interlace the fingers. Find that front body extension as if you're in between two planes of glass, inhaling, and as you exhale, lean to the right and shift your hips to the left. Press down through the outer edge of your left foot. Ooh la la, side body opener. Really straighten the elbows, bring them alongside your ears. One more breath. Inhale, lifting up and flow to the other side. You know where you're going to go. Press down through the outside of the right foot. Straighten your elbows, reaching as if you're in between two planes of glass. One more breath. Inhale to come up. Exhale your hands. And this time we're going to turn the opposite way. So take that wide stance just like we did. We're switching sides. Good. Palms parallel to the earth, outer edges of the feet parallel. And then turn the left toes in, turn the right toes out, sit down, and see your big toe to the inside of your knee. Draw the belly in. Connect your gaze with your right fingertips. You really want to square off that knee over the ankle. Of course, harder to sit down lower and easier to stand a little higher. So choose your stance. Back hand to rest, open the front palm. And as you inhale, tip up, looking straight up and out your right fingertips. Elegant warrior. Beautiful. Keep breathing, keep softening. Slowly release, the arms come back parallel, palms down. Transition to elbow to the thigh, Om Mudra in your hands. Choose your gaze. And here you want to really lengthen through the low back. So like tucking the booty in to that beautiful diagonal line. Side angle stretch. Parsva Konasana. Whenever you're ready, looking down, spiral the arm. Place the hands on either side of that foot, pivot on the back foot, you're in a lunge on the other side. And then place the hands, step back, downward dog, pedal it out, one heel and then the other. One last final pose of downward dog, let the heels drop and just make it your best downward dog. Pressing the floor away, lengthening through the spine. And then eventually just bringing your knees right to your mat. Cross the ankles, sit back however you come to your seated posture. Let's draw the soles of the feet together, and it's a trick to lift up the hips and scoot in, trip to the inner thigh. And here you might just use your arms as brackets and let your head hang heavy. You might hold on to your ankles. I like to lean into one thigh and get like a little side opener. So feel free to take a few moments here. explore the sensations that you feel and find a stretch. Coming back to the center, inhale, lifting up. Draw your knees together, and here we're gonna balance on the sit bones. So wriggle forward to find the sit bones and let your feet just hover for balance. Hands are just for support. Really pull the chest up and in towards your thighs. Get right on top of the sit bones. You might just stay right here, phase one, that's right, or maybe the calves come parallel, palms parallel, gazing at the tip of your toes. Good, Navasana boat pose. You can do anything, you can release at any time. Maybe one leg goes up and then the other. One leg goes up, other, both legs maybe. We're all gonna tremble, we're all gonna quake. And then bring it in, the feet come flat. Drop your nose in between your knees, so get super compact. Give yourself a hug and pull your nose, tuck the chin. Right in between your knees, get really round. Releasing the abdominals and those hip flexors. And then inhale to come up. Here we're going to open the knees. You can take the 2 fingers. This is where the peace sign came from. Yeah, I love that, right? It's a good reminder. So anyway, that whole Ram Dass thing, be here now. Your peace sign around your big toes, maybe the outer edges of your feet, maybe your ankles, but start to balance. Find, you might just hang out here or go for the wide angle V. Victory. Lock in on a drishti, a fixed point. So drawing the chest towards the thighs toward the chest. One more breath. Release when you're ready. Lowering the feet to the floor. And again, big hug. Really get compact. Drop your nose right in between your knees. And then inhale to come up. We'll do our final twists on our back. So bring your feet flat. It's always nice to lay down with just as much intention as getting up. So drop down to the elbows. You might even take a pause and drop the knees side to side just to wriggle into your low back. And then coming the knees upright, drop down one shoulder and then the other. Draw the right knee in and extend the left leg long. Turn the left toes up, flex out the left foot. That's your anchor. It's like really flexing the left foot as you squeeze the right knee in, very similar to how we began. To switch sides, lower the right foot, keep it there. That supports the low back as you draw the left knee in. Take a gentle clasp, and as you slide the right heel out, press through the right heel, press the back of the right leg down, flex the right foot. That is your anchor. And then release the left foot. Keep the left foot on the floor as you bend the right knee, both feet flat. And here, make sure you've got a block handy. So just have a block handy to the side. And as you step the feet and reach down with your fingertips to feel the heel, tuck the chin, roll up so that you can see your legs are hip width apart. The knees are upright, not splitting or knocking together. The feet, ankles in line with the knees and hips, roll back down. And now turn the palms up, the back of the hands resting, and just a few times connect it with your breath. Curl the tailbone under and just roll up an inch or two and exhale right back down. So start low, warming up your low back. Curling the tailbone, inhaling, up just a little bit and exhale, rolling back down. So make it sequential. Tailbone, sacrum, first, second, lumbar. Exhale right back down. Tailbone comes down last. Rest a moment in between and do it again. Just rolling up with your breath. Exhaling, releasing, and then doing it again. This might be all you feel like doing for this next back bending series, but if you want to continue, press through the feet, the thighs, curling up and just rolling up another inch and rolling right back down. So each time, whenever you feel ready, you might add a little more height as you inhale and roll up, exhale and roll down. You might even decide to go back to that lower area. So you are in charge. And again, if you want to continue, curl the tailbone under, rolling up. And when you get halfway, Ardha Setu Bandha, pause. This is half bridge. The knee, the hip, the shoulder in a diagonal line. Hang out here in Ardha Setu Bandha. And slowly roll down. Pause. Any of those options again, and if you want to go further, so go where it feels right, press to the feet, the thighs, gentle squeeze in the glutes, lifting the hips, tuck one shoulder under and then the other, bring your hands to interlace. So wriggle that platform underneath you, press through the pinky, the back of the arm, and the shoulders as a platform. Setu Bandha. Press to the thighs as the hips raise up, gentle squeeze in the glutes. You might even lift your chin ever so slightly, keep breathing. Back bends affect all of the chakras, but this especially right there at the base of the throat. Good for the thyroid gland, the Shuddha chakra. One more breath. And releasing the hands, one shoulder at a time. Slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Pause. Because you're going to have the option to do it again, or stay low, or even just rest. So when you're ready, press into the feet, curl the tailbone under, rolling up. Just go right into the hand clasp, tucking one shoulder under and then the other. Press through the feet, accelerate. It's almost like drawing the sternum towards the chin. The gaze is straight up, the neck is in alignment, not to turn. One more breath. Release when you feel ready, the shoulders, the hands, one vertebra at a time. And then have your block handy. You're going to press through the feet and just slip your block right underneath your sacrum. Right underneath your sacrum, very square and supported. And here we're just going to extend one leg out and then the other. You can stay like this, or even one arm goes up and over. The palm is up, the back of the hand resting on the floor, the other arm up and over. And like from the toes to the fingertips, this big spread out low back bend. Restorative, supportive, effortless. Closing your eyes, just drop way back into the sensation of this effortless back bend.
When you feel ready, one arm floats up, back down, the other to follow. Bending one knee, the foot comes flat. Stabilize as you bend the other knee. Gently curl the tailbone under, lift the hips and remove your block. Both knees come in, big hug, and just rock side to side, releasing the back bend. Big hug, rocking side to side, massaging the back, sacrum. Coming back to the center, an easy twist, just like we began. The arms out to the sides, the knees bent in towards the chest. And when you're ready, lower the legs way up high under your arm to the right. When they get there, you can let them adjust or straighten. So just settle into it, turning your head towards the left. Wiggling your shoulders to the right, the head turns to the left. You might even have your right hand on your thighs for support, or not. Find that place, let your body move and adjust and spread out to be effortless. Closing your eyes, go deep inside the sensation that you feel. We're almost there. And then turning the head back to center first. Extending the arms out to the side, the knees draw in towards the chest. Pause for a moment as you realign your hips and shoulders. And when you're ready, the legs drop way up high to the left. Left hand comes down for support. Wriggle the shoulders, turning the head towards the right. Scanning your body to let go and not hold on anywhere. Sometimes we don't even realize we're holding on until we put our awareness there and let go. And then returning your head back to the center, drawing the knees back up. You don't even have to open your eyes. Give yourself a big hug, arms around the knees. You might even tuck the chin and roll up, get super compact. See if you can bring your nose in between your knees and release. Sliding one foot out towards the corner of your mat, the other leg out towards the corner of your mat. Classically, the arms are down and out by your side, 45-degree angle. And you can tuck the tailbone under, shrug the shoulders under, and then just spread out all over again. The legs from the hips, the arms from the shoulders. Gentle tuck in the chin so that the neck
is long. Your eyes dropping way back into your eye sockets. And I'll come around and replace your eye pimple. Softening the root of your tongue. And all you have to do is meditate on the sensations that you feel. Maha Shavasana, or final relaxation pose. The most challenging pose to come into stillness, very challenging. And also the most important pose, the time when your mind and body assimilate everything you've just done to yourself. And just feel yourself open, spacious, smoothed out, no bunches in your sweater. And I'll come around again. This is another aroma. This is sandalwood, witch hazel, and rose. Taking in a deeper breath. Start to draw yourself back. Slowly wiggling your toes and your fingers. Gently giving your body the signal for movement. You might even slide your arms overhead. One final stretch from your toes to your fingertips. And release. Not to rush or hurry this feeling. So when you feel ready, take time to roll over onto your right side, using your arm as a pillow and your top hand on the floor for support in front of you. Pause in resting Buddha. And continue to savor the way that you feel. Luxuriate in the way that you feel. And on your next breath, keeping the eyes closed, slowly press up, more slowly than usual, and let your head hang heavy as you feel your way back to your favorite seated posture. And then whenever you get there, use your breath to sit up effortlessly tall. One hand on each knee as you straighten the arms. Sitting upright, start to fill out the shape of a pyramid power. And feel yourself connected and rooted. Every part touching the floor, grounding you. Your spine floating up, the crown of your head floating up, connecting you with cosmic consciousness and beyond. And your heart right in the center. And perhaps that puts a smile on your face. So just bathe yourself in a smile. Gratitude for devoting this time to your practice. There's no mistake, the upright, seated, meditative posture is in the shape of a pyramid. Sacred geometry in all of our poses, drawing in earth energy into our bodies and radiating it up and out through our consciousness. And then softening your hands, draw your palms together in front of your heart. Anjali Mudra, this sacred hand gesture, meaning the light within me bows to the light within you. And I thank you for your practice. Namaste.
Namaste.
If you want to come into the full body seal, it's optional. You reach back, the left pointer and thumb encircles the right wrist, Om Mudra in the right hand. And then slowly draw the belly in, drop the shoulders, the chest, the chin, the head, and just round forward, roll forward, a little or a lot. And again, the left pointer and thumb encircling the right wrist. Om Mudra in your right hand. It's a full body mudra, a seal, sealing in your practice. And then to come up using your breath, use the back of your head to pull you up more slowly than usual. And then releasing your hands to your lap, and eventually your eyes flutter open. Thank you all for coming this evening. Good to see you again and again. Nice to meet you again.
Really nice.
Oh, good. Feels so good, huh?
Hmm?
It feels so good.
Oh, man.
Nice and easy, and just the right little challenge to just fall back into relaxation. So
I love
that's how we'll do it. You know, we'll just proceed 2 more weeks. There'll be a little break, my little procedure, and then we'll meet again. And just come right on in when you get here, because if it's cold or windy or hot or rainy, you don't have to wait at the door.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. My pleasure. Now, is this your husband? Is Sam your husband? Because I know your buddy. I didn't want to say it that way. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations, it's your family. Last time, like 2.5 years ago. Thank you. The baby, yes. In case you remember, she was pregnant here, but it was so long ago. Anyway, thank you. Oh, good. I like to go for the trance.